now to a 12 News exclusive. A dramatic rescue after a car plunges into a pond in Chandler. The driver, who had just suffered a heart attack, trapped inside.
But thanks to a heroic act, that man's life was saved. Someone in the right place at the right time decided to jump in and help.
Team 12's Ryan Cody spoke to that hero out near the crash site.
It's something I'll remember forever, and will forever think about every time I drive by the spot. I was coming out of the gym at Ocotillo Health Club across the street, and I hear a thump of a car going over a curb, and I look up, and there was a white SUV that proceeded into the lake over here. Jump into the lake as fast as I could. I could see that the man was foaming at the mouth. He was obviously in trouble, either having a seizure or a heart attack. So I ran back to my car, got my tire iron, jumped into the lake again, broke through the window. It took about 30 seconds or so, seemed like forever as I was trying to break through. Ripped open the window. I pulled his foot off of the accelerator, and I started doing chest compressions. And at that point, that's when the police officer arrived over here, and they jumped into the water as quickly as they could. And basically between myself and two other officers, we pulled him from his car over there all the way to the side over here, and then lifted him up onto the side, sat him down right here. Paramedics took over, and immediately you could see he was starting to resuscitate. This is a great example of how important, how valuable the support of our police and our fire department and our paramedics is. So many people take it for granted, but they didn't even hesitate about jumping in the water and saving this man's life and resuscitating him. So yeah, no, my hat's off to the Chandler Police Department, the Chandler Fire Department, and fire departments and police departments around the world.
And thanks to Team 12's Ryan Cody for that story. The man who Travis, police and firefighters saved that night is now doing just fine.
Coming up tonight on 12 News at 10, we'll hear from the first two officers who arrived on the scene and helped in that rescue.
We had no idea what we were getting into. All we knew was there was an accident, we were responding.
There were a couple other citizens on the shore saying, hey, they're over there kind of thing.
As we arrived, I saw the white SUV kind of half submerged in the pond.
Stripped our gear off as quickly as we could and jumped in.
And then to see someone in the water, the first inclination is I gotta get that person out, because who knows why he drove in there.
It was a little bit of a struggle to get him out of the vehicle.
We both appreciate the civilians' help and Travis being able to help pull that gentleman out, because without him, I don't think we could be able to do it ourselves.
But at the end of the day, our job is to serve the community.
One small glimpse in what we do and the ability that we have to help people, and that's why we put the uniform on.
It's a picture.
Thanks.
And a handshake nearly a month in the making.
The night of the incident, everything was kind of just going so fast. It was one of those things that, to be honest, I may have looked Travis in the eye once. So this was just a great opportunity just to be able to shake your hand.
A reunion for three real-life heroes, Travis Rodgers.
We did it really well as a team together.
And the first two officers on scene, Zach Waters and David Parks. The trio pulling this man out of his car, likely saving his life. The driver had a medical condition, sending him crashing into the water near Ocotillo and Alma School.
We need the community to be willing to help us and to help themselves. And this guy right here is the personification of that.
Minutes before the meeting, a call from the final piece to the story.
So I just got off the phone with Tony, the guy that we pulled out.
I saw the story thanks to you, and then Channel 12 News. I was just so thankful, and he said, I want to take you out for a cup of coffee and be friends with you, and this is a bond that I think all of us will have forever.
The ending to a story you've only seen on 12 News. Chandler police hailing one man a hero after his dramatic water rescue of a stranger.
Yep, but those two men are strangers no more.
Team 12's Ryan Cody has the final piece to this story that's now been almost 2 months in the making. Ryan?
Yeah, we already had a happy ending. One man saves another man from drowning after crashing his car into a pond, and everyone lives happily ever after. But there was one more side to this story few people knew, until now.
Everybody needs to just take a deep breath.
It's true.
It's a conversation friends are having all over America this week. But Tony and Travis just met. Officially.
I had to take a video of this because I know you won't believe it.
We first met Travis Rodgers a few days after pulling an unconscious man out of his car in this Chandler pond.
I ran back to my car, got my tire iron, jumped into the lake again, broke through the window.
Life's been much different for Travis since then. The Chandler police honored him for his role in the rescue, a friend even imitating him on Halloween. But despite all the attention, there's something missing. Someone missing.
Nice to meet you.
Until now. Tony Horvath was heading home from his son's baseball game that night.
The next thing I knew, I woke up in the hospital.
An epileptic seizure, his first in more than 4 years, concussed and in need of a new car. But that's all he knew leaving the hospital.
No one said that, hey, this guy saved your life. You know, you ought to come and talk to him.
It wasn't until weeks later when Tony saw a link to our initial story that Travis's wife Ariz shared.
I was sitting there one day reading Facebook, and I saw that post, and I was like, oh my God, that's my car. I think you guys put that on there for a reason.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks. Thank you.
Sometimes when you least expect it, life has a way of bringing us together. These two guys didn't even know each other's names last week.
Amazing.
Now.
Amazing. God puts people in your lives for a reason. I believe that, buddy.
There's a lot of good happening out there, guys. Travis and Tony now have plans of meeting regularly, all because of a moment that they always would have shared, but maybe never known it. We're in the Live Alert Center. Ryan Cody, 12 News at 10.